Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL Jedi Show. This is Game Week 15 deadline stream. My name is Hafiz, and today we will run through some team news and pressure ahead of this Game Week 15. It's a quick turnaround, so let's jump straight. But before we run through the fixture, just quick look at my team. I scored 67 points last week. The average point was 58, so slight a green arrow 5.1 million to 4.7. Still, I'll take it. And significantly for my team, I think the most obvious one was Michaelenko scored that 11 points, clean sheet and assist. Everton against Wolves, so no points for Adnori. Also blank for Cunha. I think another major notes was I transferred in Jackson for Raul, but Jackson turns out not playing against Southampton, and I got that Jamie 8 points from bench in the form of Rogers, which is definitely excellent for my team. I'll take whatever luck that I have right now. Captain Palmer, but Salah is the one who's scoring 18 points, so 11 points missing there. But that's about it. The rest, Saka blank, but Pedro produced and the assist, and Bomo continue to be woeful. And we shall jump into next one, which is Game Week 15. In terms of fixture for Game Week 15, we can see there early kickoff Everton versus Liverpool, the Merseyside derby. For sure, everyone looking at Salah again to captain. And then at 11 p.m. Malaysian time, we have Villa versus Southampton. Really nice fixture at home for the Villains. Brentford against Newcastle. It's a tough one for both teams. Brentford at home, especially at GTEC Community Stadium, they are really excellent. They are unbeaten so far. Crystal Palace versus City. Man City has already got their win last week, but Palace wants to continue their journey in terms of getting that 1-year result against Ipswich last week. And then midnight Saturday, Manchester United versus Forest at home against for Amorim. They lost 2-0 against Arsenal the last time around, Game Week 14. We do have on Sunday Fulham versus Arsenal, London Derby, Ipswich versus Bournemouth. Crucial for Ipswich to gather that point. Leicester versus Brighton, another home victory for RVN. Finally, can they continue against Brighton? And then Spurs versus Chelsea is a big one this game week before we close off Game Week 15 with West Ham versus Wolves. Both are desperate with point. Both lost their game last week. So let's jump to the team news. The Everton versus Liverpool. What the manager's been saying, Sean Dyche says there are a couple of knocks, but nothing serious. Michael King is touch and go. And then the rest of the player, Nguram, Garner, and Chemity was not good. So I'm expecting Everton will field the same squad, and they are really good at home. For Liverpool, Ellison will be ready very soon, but Kelleher will continue in goal for this week. The big one is McAllister is suspended, so I'm expecting Curtis Jones to come in for this game. And then we can see there Jota and Cheza still not ready for return, and the rest of team like Konate, Bradley, because of still longer term issues. Next, Villa versus Southampton. Jacob Ramsey remains sidelined, but Onana might make a return. But Aston Villa is definitely still a strong side, despite those people are not playing. Southampton, they will welcome all the players who suspended last week against Chelsea, the likes of Deepling, the likes of Howard Pellis, and Flynn down. So definitely Southampton ni. But we did still expect Aston Villa will be a stronger side at home. They're expected to win 2-0 anyway, according to BBC Sport. Jack Stephens will be suspended for this week. Bennett might not be ready anyway, despite there's rumors that he could play last week against Chelsea, but he did not make it. So as well, maybe also for this match. Next, Brentford versus Newcastle. Thomas Frank are hopeful. He's hopeful that Nogat will be able to return, but we're still not sure. Asia has returned to training, and we do expect the same line night. Brentford should feel at home. Newcastle, a late call to be made for Trippier in terms of his illness. I'm not sure whether he's going to play, but Newcastle with Livramento, Dan Shah, Burn and Hall should make it the back lineup for Newcastle. Other than that, Gordon and Tonley should be okay because they're finishing the Liverpool matchup. Okay, anyway, with some minor issues. But they should make it. Bournemouth has returned to training, but he's still few weeks away. So I don't think he's in the thinking. He will definitely need some time to coming back to Newcastle side. Crystal Palace was Man City. Gusner confirmed that Adam Wharton and Riyadh have both returned to training, but it's too early for them to return. We expect the same lineup for Crystal Palace, who won against Ipswich. For Man City, Phil Foden and Nathan Ake are ruled out. John Stones and Kovacic also, as previous before. For Akanji is wait and see. So we'll see. But Man City, they got their first win in a long time against Forest last week. But away to Palace, they should expect the stronger side to win this game. Ake injury strengthened the case for Guardiola to play the game again. The predicted lineup did say that. So we should expect with Ruben Diaz and Walker also in the lineup. Next, Manchester United versus Forest. Mino and Martinez, they will return after the match suspensions last week. Luke Shaw will miss, but he's not in our thinking right now, right? Johnny Evans and also Lindelof. We do expect the same Manchester United lineup. We are not sure Mino and Martinez could come straight back into the team. Okay. Amorim still tinkering with his team, but it should be a good game at home for Amorim. Forest, in the meanwhile, revealed that the club are still assessing their players. Nothing to worry, I suppose. We should expect Forest, and they will play deep and counter-attack against Manchester United team. So, not so much interest because I do feel people already move away from the likes of Woods, but if you have Cells, Aina, Morella, maybe you could play this game if you do not have any option. Next game, Fulham versus Arsenal. Important game for Arsenal to continue a good run. Gabriel did miss out last week, but for Arteta mentioned about Gabriel and Califare have yet to train, means that there is potential they could still missing this game. So there is a concern, okay, but we just not sure because Arteta could be not straightforward in press in terms of his team news. But Fulham side, Anderson and Reed remain out. But Tom Carney continue to serve his suspension, his 3-match ban, his second one this week. Nelson are not unavailable. So also Lukic, but on the other hand, Lukic will return from his 1-match ban last week. It's still a tough fixture for Fulham at home against Arsenal, but they are capable to do but we did saw before prior to these matches. I still remember against Wolves they lost 4-1 at home, so they can be that side. If they say Arsenal are pretty much a strong side, they feel a strong side to play this game, so potentially this could be. But it's a close one. The predicted point was is 2-1 predicted in BBC Sport. Ipswich versus Portsmouth is the next one. Ipswich really in the bottom 3 right now. McKenna confirmed there is no change to the injury list. So we do expect Ipswich to go with the same lineup. Greece returned last week, which is nice to managers like me who could potentially play here this week, but it's against Portsmouth. So for Portsmouth, no press conference from Iraola. But we do expect Senesi might be out. Okay, again. And Portsmouth did feel a young chap feel in huge son who scored last week. Who, if you're thinking any Portsmouth defense, you can consider, but if you want to go any Portsmouth defense, definitely Kirkus in mind. He keep a clean sheet, 6 points for the Portsmouth player. But nothing concerned. If you have Semenyo, you could play his in this game against Ipswich because he is the side that has been considered a lot of chance. Expected GC also is the highest. Leicester versus Brighton. RVN says there is no new injury concerns. We do feel Root will play the same lineup because he got that win at home against West Ham 3-1, but they still decide that considered a lot of chances. If I'm right, 31 chances considered to West Ham despite they're losing the game. So Brighton could take advantage. Danny Welbeck, who missed last game week, has trained. It could be a late call whether he's gonna play this game. It's still a doubt. But Joe Waldman could return also. But Hayward Hood and Cardioglu still out. Also, the long-term injury for Milner, Webster, and March are also expected to remain sideline. Next is Spurs versus Chelsea, London Derby. There's a lot of pressure for Postecoglou, especially losing to Portsmouth in game with 14. Ben Davies has joined the injury list. Wow. Who's going to start in defense right now for Spurs? It's definitely a tough one. But maybe Romero could return. So that could be the partnership, Romero and Dragusin. Ricario, Richarlison, Odegaard, Van der Ven, there's plenty of injury list at Spurs. They all remain out. For Chelsea, the big one is for Fana. Will miss out this continue his rehabilitation. James still out, but slowly are getting better. Modric is still missing out. Okay, so I think that's what Maresca been saying in his press conference. But Maresca has confirmed that Sanchez will return back in goal. Sanchez and another 10 players will be there, so he's not really revealing whether those players who miss out in Gameweek 40 will return, but we do expect, like Jackson, the big one, despite Nkuku scored a goal yeah, against Southampton, but we do expect Jackson to return in goal. The predicted score for this game is 3-1 win for Chelsea. So I think this is a big one, so you can think about getting those Chelsea player or keeping faith if you already have like the light of Jackson. Yeah, and last but not least, the last game week, West Ham versus Wolves. West Ham, there were no team news, okay, updated from Julian Lopetegui, but he already mentioned that he is responsible to get this thing in order back, and he definitely wants to win this game under pressure. Lopetegui. For Wolves, they also lose badly 4-0 against Everton. Could there's a bounce back? Cunha again returned only 2 points. Nori 0 points again. The team news is Sarabia is still adult with calf issues, but Semedo will return this game after serving his suspension. Pedro Lima also fit again, but I'm not sure whether he's going to start this game. Top transfer this week, in and out, we can see the like of Saka and Salah continue to dominate. Isaac, João Pedro, and Watkins after his goal against Brentford, he also took a penalty. So people are already thinking about that. That top transfer out. Mbomo continue to dominate. Millions of media already transfer out Mbomo. I think if you're transferring for the likes of Saka or Salah and getting those fund in to upgrade, then you should be on the right track. Haaland, well back, missing out from last week. Yeah, that's Konate is injured right now, and Smith Rowe, Fulham fixture are turning bad after this, so might be that's the case for people moving out Smith Rowe. And funding, I think if you're funding, taking out Haaland and funding in midfield, people are doing that. João Pedro, Isaac to Saka or Salah is just what the traffic has been doing right now. So it's pretty much is the right thing to do if you're thinking those move. Still not late to any means. I got Salah really late, but Salah still continue to perform against double-digit points against Newcastle. Again, last week we can see 80 points. He is essential. Right, let's go to look at the market for Gameweek 15 projected goals and clean sheet odds. The top is 2.35 goals for Villa. In terms of goals against Southampton. Then next one will be 2.20, Liverpool against Everton. Then Man City 2.05 and Arsenal 2.0 against Fulham. Despite both playing away, they expected to score big. Plus Brighton 2.1. We already know about Leicester. Still, they are fielding and RVN still developing his lineup, but we do expect Brighton could score big this game week despite Leicester win 3-1. In terms of clean sheet, Liverpool are expected to keep clean sheet the highest 40%, then 38% Arsenal, Manchester United, City and Villa at 36%. So those are the clean sheet odds for this week. We can see there the picture of Trent on the other side, 2 assists return in game week 14, potential clean sheet against Everton. But I would like to just precaution everyone that Everton versus Liverpool matches could be at risk right now. There's some strong wind coming to the Merseyside, and we do expect there's a lot of I think Azmin did mention he shared with me that he has some friends locally there, and mentioned there's already to the fan, and also there's potentially match postponement, but we could get an early news because Everton and Liverpool do play early this week. Last but not least, let's look at my team. Money in the bank, 0.1 million, only one free transfer, and my captaincy on Salah right now. In terms of my team, Flecker in goal at Nouri. I play Greaves at this juncture, and Gabriel potentially could miss out this game. Salah, Palmer, Saka, and Mbomo, Cunha, Jackson, and João Pedro. Rogers on my bench, but I will think a lot for the next few hours whether Rogers should come in. Despite he might not play the full 90 minutes, he is an integral to Villa side against Southampton. You could see the projection odds market did mention Southampton could score big this week. So he could come into my side, and I will think whether the likes of Bomo, maybe Cunha will not play this game. But I still remember Cunha, the last time when I punched him, he scored 16 points. So I don't want to be in that position again. In terms of defense, I could actually do a transfer to take out Konate to someone who priced at 5.4 million. Gomez in my mind, but we potentially risk Liverpool against Everton match. I might not want that. TA and Timber, the one that people are thinking, but I don't want to take a hit to bring those players. So I might roll this week and just hopeful that Griff, Gabriel, and Nori will play this game. If Gabriel miss out, Michael Lenko could come in. But if let's say that match postponed, then I will get 0 point. Maybe there is a good fortune if let's say I roll my transfer and hold that 2 transfer for next week, and then I will rethink to take out maybe Mbomo and Konate, distribute fund to defense and getting someone cheaper in midfield, or upgrade Mbomo to someone Bruno potentially if they say and go cheap in defense. So there are plenty to rethink. TA could come in also next week. So I feel there is a logical thing to do, maybe rolling a transfer for this week. I think that's all for this game week 15 deadline. Azmin is not around, so I decided to make a quick video into Sunday news and my team selection. do be aware this is a pre-recorded video, so anything can happen in the next few hours, especially looking back at Liverpool and Everton game, whether they can continue that. If those match will be postponed, then you need to make sure you get the captaincy right. You could go Palmer, Saka. Those are the two big names that you will think. And I think you should be fine. Away to Spurs or away to Fulham, they can score big because those are the team in form anyway. So anyway, good luck to everyone. All the best. Trust your guts and make the right decision. Take care and see you again.